Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I want to walk you through two games of 2v2 playing Frost Mage, Holy Paladin. And in these games, we kind of lose. The first game was very difficult, and I was playing Lonely Winter, just my normal spec, and I switched up my spec and the game became so much easier. So I want to kind of walk you through why it became easier, and then kind of just go through a broader point of, instead of just giving up, if you just change your spec, the game can be completely different. So let's hop into it. Okay, so in game one, guys, I am just playing my normal spec. I'm playing Lonely Winter. I am playing with my Holy Paladin. I'm not sure if he's playing Double Bop or if he's playing Melee Wings, which isn't quite really the point of this video. But in general, I am just playing standard. I'm going for, CC onto the Priest when I can, not really forcing it too much, but I'm really just trying to kite the Shaman. And this is just standard play. This is kind of how I play 2s. If you guys, haven't watched how I play Mage Paladin 2s, I try to keep the DPS very high. I try to get CC when I can. As dampening sets in, our comp gets very, a lot better because of those Frost Mage slows. I'm not sure what the Shaman was doing there. I think he was typing to his friend or something, but he starts moving again. Anyway, in this game, not going for huge setups or anything like that. We can, but we don't have to. In general, like I said, we're frostbolting the Shaman. We are forcing out as many defensive cooldowns early on. We're trying to set up drinks for my Holy Paladin so that later in dampening he has as much mana as possible. And yeah, we're just going to... Our game plan here is to make it to deep dampening and then just kite them with slows and, slowly pressure them down. In this game, however, wasn't really working. Here we get actually a nice setup. We get a full sheep into a half sheep. We get the Shaman's Wall. I swap over to the Priest with that Hammer of Justice. Get a Blizzard down on both of them. So actually right now the game is going very well. But this is my Icy Veins go, and the only big cooldown we really got was Shaman's Wall there. We didn't get pretty much anything from the Priest. He just ran himself back to full life, but look at this. Priest is at almost 100% mana and 100% health. I'm dipping down pretty low here. It's going to be some type of cooldown, I think. Actually, making it out alive, just blinking away and kiting. So this game isn't going too terribly yet. But as this game goes on, it gets a little shakier. And in the next game to follow, we were a little frustrated, but instead of just rage quitting or something like that, I'm like, okay, wait, no, I know what spec I can go. It's a spec I actually play against warriors. I think I've showed you guys it once before, but I kind of modified it for this patch. But it's a very similar spec, which I'll go over later in the video, but it's very good against things like this, and it helps you kite a lot better. As you can see, I'm doing an okay job kiting the Shaman, but he still has a pretty, hefty uptime on me. He's hitting me right now. He's hitting me pretty much this entire game, and every time I get distance from him, he's just Ghost Wolfing to me, or leaping to me. Like right here, boom, Ghost Wolf back on me. Every time I blink, instantly back on me. And in the spec that I'm gonna go for next game, I can kite a lot better. I'm getting Mind Control. There's a pretty good Mind Control. He's putting me in a pretty bad spot behind the pillar, really far from my Paladin. My Paladin's actually going for a drink, but I am getting pressured super hard, and I'm forced into that block. Pally is forced to sack me so I don't die. Pally doesn't get too much mana off. We're still losing in mana now. They got to block, they got to sacrifice. We're losing in cooldowns. Get a sheep on the Priest. He does Trinket, trying to get some more pressure out here onto the Shaman. But look, I just can't kite this guy without Water Ele, without my Nova sticking. I just can't kite him. So right here, I'm trying my best to get the slows off. I do get chastised again. The Priest is doing a great job in this game of just keeping me stunned. They're both doing a great job of, purging me. They're both doing a great job of mind controlling, catching up to me, sprinting to me, leaping to me, making it basically so I can't do anything. I can't really do effective setups, effective damage. So they're actually playing pretty well here in this game, especially mind controls like this. Look at this. Look how far I am from my Pally. My Pally's behind the, he's the little triangle over there. Not triangle, the diamond rather. I know my shapes, I promise. Is sitting down trying to get a drink. He gets a little sip, but look, we're still losing in mana, and that forces another sacrifice out. Pally gets mind controlled. Pally mind controlled behind the pillar, still not being able to do too much. Icy Veins is coming back up pretty shortly here, so I do have a burst window in about 10 seconds when I have that orb available, and we can do a big setup, some big damage onto the Shaman. Once again, guys, we kind of just want to make it to dampening, with a good amount of cooldowns and a good amount of mana, and then from there, we should be able to rout them down without, them being able to heal through it, without any CC or anything. Holy Priest will go and Dampening, but they're not going to go before Dampening begins. My Icy Veins orb both of them. This is good to orb both because it's, you know, cleaving both of them instead of just doing one. Like I said, if damage is most important and slows are most important, you'd rather have damage on both of them. Instead of Sheeping a Priest hitting Shaman, you can just orb both, Blizzard both, start Icelanting both, and, you know, kind of go from there. Okay, guys, so I fast-forwarded the game just a little bit, about a minute or two ahead. I get a full sheep onto the priest. Dampening is setting in now. If I had to, I don't know what dampening's at. If I had to guess 50 or 60%, the shaman is just lagging in circles around me. I'm trying to get a glacial off, but I get kicked. He gets the, I was trying to get a hex, but I kick him. I'm trying to get another slow off, but I just get stunned. I literally can't even get a slow on this guy. I just do a Frost Nova, Blizzard, Cone of Cold, Orb, just trying to get all my slows out to see if I can kite this guy, finally get a cast off, get that Ebon Bolt off. Shaman's getting a little bit lower, kiting him to the corner of the map. Corner of the map's a great place to kite too, because it makes the priest come in. If the priest has to come in, he's not near line of sight. If he's not near line of sight, you can CC him easier, so that's my reason, kind of stay out in the open, stay away from the pillars. Once again though, Sack is forced out right there. I have another block available still. I sheep the priest full, getting some more damage onto the shaman, but in general, we're losing in mana. We're still probably losing in cooldowns, and this is just not looking too good. And I think the main reason why is just because I can't kite the shaman. I'm just not doing a very good job of staying away from this guy. Look at this guy's uptime on me. Overall, we can look at the damage breakdown at the end, but I think he's pretty much out-damaging me, and he just is hitting me almost this entire game. A lot of that is down to the Holy Priest. The Holy Priest is getting those stuns on me, so every time I get distance, look, he's mind controlling me when I get distance. I get distance again, he'll stun me. I get distance again, he'll sprint to me. I get distance again, he leaps to me. This shaman has non-stop up to on. Look, I blinked, instantly leap. I can't kite this guy. He's just on me the entire game, and I am forced into my second and, last ice block for right now. I do have another ice block in about 30 seconds. So, defensively, we're surviving, we're hanging out, we're doing okay, but offensively, we're on the back foot. Not much is happening. I can't really make anything happen when the shaman is, doing so much pressure to me. Stun goes on my paladin. Look at this. We're both just kind of dying. Dampening setting in, so offensively, we're getting a little bit of pressure onto them. Priest is, 60% health. Shaman's not even topped off yet. I do get that invis off, which is a pretty freaking clutch invis there. I get an invis long enough to have my second block come back up, so I do have a second block available if I do need it. Use my cold snap right there. Mind controls coming out, and these mind controls are just killing me. Priest tops himself back off. The shaman's still a little bit low. I'm like, at this point in the game, I'm like, okay, we can maybe win, but at this point, my pally's almost doomed. We're almost out of cooldowns. I'm getting very low. I get a full sheep on the priest, so this is our time to shine. I get a half sheep, but look, I just can't kite. During my sheeps, I have to ice block. Okay, during my sheeps is when they should be running, so much pressure should be out, and they should be dying. But I sheep the priest 2 times there into a Hajj, into a Belf, and I'm the one that had to use defensives. I'm doing my best to kite, once again, kind of running in circles out here in the open. That's what I want to be doing, but the shaman is just non-stop connecting to me, and it's really just these mind controls, the stuns, the leaps, the sprints. I can't get away from these guys. Both of us are pretty much dead now. No blocks available. I don't think we have any sacrifices available. I get a full sheep on the priest, and once again, I go down during our offensive time to pressure. Here is the damage breakdown of that game. I did a little bit less damage than the shaman, but I should, be doing as much or even more damage than the shaman if we want to beat this team. So here we're fighting the same team on the Grand Arena. And guys, I want to really emphasize my spec change in this game. I go Water Elemental, which means I can just do, my Water Ele can do more damage, but I can also kite a little bit easier because I have that additional Nova. And in addition, instead of going Frostbite, I am going Chilled to the Bone. This means Frostbite isn't going to DR my Novas. So my full Frost Nova and my full Pet Nova are actually going to sit onto the shaman much more. This should give me an easier time kiting. It should give me more damage. Chilled to the Bone, guys, does like 150k damage, I think, and if you dispel it and if it crits, I think it can go up to 400 or 500k damage from PvP, which is quite a bit of damage. We get a little bit better setups here, and I think in dampening with just all my extra kiting abilities and all my extra damage with the Water Ele spec is just so much better. And this is what I really suggest you guys to play. I think I flashed the talents up on the screen. And I think this is a great build for you guys to try if you're fighting any melee healer in 2v2 arena. I'm talking warrior priest, warrior shaman. I play this spec. I don't play it against DKs, and the reason being unholy DKs just do all their distance from range anyway, and your pet would pretty much die to diseases and rot anyway, so I don't play it against DKs, but I like the spec against rogues, I like the spec against warriors, shamans, windwalkers, anything that you just need to dampen, kite, get that pressure. It's really good damage. It helps you kite a lot better. As you can see, it's still difficult to kite because of all the reasons I went over in the last game, but look at this, kiting's so much better. And a lot of this game, guys, I'm not trying to stay near the priest as much and going for CC on the priest, but I'm kind of just running really far as well. Temp shield gets very low right there. Do a little ballsy play right there. Get very low, but that temp shield does top me back off. Get mind controlled. He runs me away. And these mind controls are what's hurting me. My pally runs in with me. In this game, my pally is still pretty high in mana, and I think that's just because I am, kiting a lot better with this spec. Look, Shaman jumps to me, but I have, a lot of kiting. I get pretty low here, but I think my pally says, trust me. So I do trust him, trying to get a sheep there onto the priest. Sheep the priest to stop the MC. We haven't used any cooldowns defensively yet. No bops, no sacks, no blocks, I believe. Got a full sheep onto the priest into a half sheep. Shaman's getting low. And guys, this spec, it's just a world of difference. Look at the difference. Just this far into the game. They're forced onto the pillar. They're forced to run. My pally can stay back and shrink. Defensively, we've had to use nothing. Defensively, they have used a ton. And the only thing we've changed is the spec. We fought them a few times as the spec. We won every time since we changed the spec. But before this, we were getting destroyed. That last game on Tolvaran, even though we lasted a while offensively, we weren't really getting anywhere. Fast forward to this game until our next setup. We got a full sheep onto the priest and a Hajj onto the enhance. A lot of the, the different playstyle we used in this game as well was, instead of going for Hajjas on the priest, a lot of times we're doing Hajjas on the enhance with a lockout into the priest, or a sheep onto the priest, so that enhance, gets stunned up. I can gain distance during that Hajj, and with that distance, it just makes it harder for him to recover. If he runs to the pillar, after, because he's trying to play defensive to top himself back up, that's good. Then look, we're getting later in dampening. My pally doesn't have to heal, and there's no pressure on us. If he runs at me, then he's going to be in trouble. Once again, he gets Ray of Hope. He's pretty low HP. He's trying to connect to me. He gets topped off from that Ray of Hope. And when he connects to me, it's just not as scary as it was, with that other build. With this build, if he gets to me, I can just use my pet Nova. If he gets to me again, I use my normal Nova. Just having that extra Nova and having that little extra sustained DPS is making the world of difference in this game. In addition, like I said, our playstyle is a little bit different with those Hammer of Justices. If we just Hammer of Justice the priest and we're running onto the priest and we're running towards the priest and we're trying to get setups on the priest and we're stunning the priest, then that means the priest can MC. That means the priest can smite a lot. Look, I'm max ranging the priest right here. This is another big difference in playstyle. If I'm max ranging the priest, he's not going to be able to smite me as much. If he's not smiting as much, he's not stunning as much. If he's not stunning as much, he might have to heal a little bit more. If he's healing a little bit more, he can't mind control as much. It's a whole chain reaction that just happened from a slight change in positioning. I'm running away from the priest more, kiting in big circles around the map, and I can do that because of this spec. So I guess the big point in this video that I briefly touched on at the start is, instead of just giving up when you lose to a comp, because this comp was very hard for us to beat, instead of just giving up and being like, well, we should never beat that. I mean, because you can say that, and a lot of times that might be true, and a lot of times that is true. But the point is, guys, if you lose to a composition, the last thing you should say is, oh, we should never beat that. This is stupid. There's nothing we can do, right? What you should do is try to change your spec. Try to change your positioning. Try to change your strategy. Try to just be open-minded and change things up. If something's not working, change it up and find something that is working. Maybe it doesn't work, but it worked better than what you were doing before. I know this is one of the biggest tools that I've used to get better as a player. The whole point of this video is not really this gameplay, but as much as the bigger point to use this gameplay is like, we lost, we changed something up, and then we won multiple times in a row, instead of losing, complaining, and stop queuing, losing, complaining, and just giving up, whatever. Here it is, guys. I lose all the time, but instead of whining about it, I might change something up and go from there. So in this game, look at this. Completely different game. My pally's full mana. We're winning in mana now. The shaman is on the pillar. He's getting absolutely crushed. Low HP. They have no defensives. We still have every defensive in the book. We have blocks. I have an Icy Veins coming up here in 10 seconds. The Shaman and the Priest are both low HP. Priest is under half HP. I have an Icy Veins in about 5 seconds. Priest at 37% life. Have a Blizzard down on both of them. They're both hurting on the pillar. Look at this game. They're both 10% life. We're both full HP, full mana, and the Priest does go down. Just a world of difference by simply changing your spec. Now look at this damage breakdown. I'm top on damage. I'm beating him by whatever, 10-20%, when before I was losing to him on damage. Our pressure was better. Everything was better just from simply changing our strategy a little bit and changing our spec a little bit. Guys, I hope this video was helpful in, pushing your own ratings and pushing just yourself to get better at this game or at any game. If it was, make sure to give it a thumbs up, guys. If you didn't like it, that's okay. You can thumbs it down too. Talk to me in the comments about what you guys want to see next time, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace!